Hi everybody, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about a collective entity that I will be channeling for you guys. This is called Trinity. Trinity is already here with me. Trinity is a collective of 3 sisters, angelic beings, that would like to deliver some messages for you guys today and probably in time to come as well. They're working very close with me right now, and I had a very powerful download experience with them yesterday, so I've been eager to deliver this video for you guys ever since. Now, before I begin, I just would like to talk a little bit about how I work as a channel first and foremost. Now, before I begin these videos, typically I'm doing a little bit of preliminary work where I am accessing the entity or the collective or the vibration that I will be informed by in and throughout the video or live stream. So what that does for me is it helps guide the direction of what I'm talking about. It helps guide me to the questions that I need to be answering. In addition to that, what I do is, well, first we have to understand that although I'm sitting here before you guys talking to a camera, physically there's nobody here in front of me, it's just a camera. But we have to understand that there are many people who are watching this from all over the world, whoever will be tuning into this video at any time. Now, time and distance are illusions of this universe. In this universe that is one, we have to understand that all of us are just manifestations of that collective source or energy or universe or whatever you want to call it. Being here on this planet, we are separate. However, it is an illusion that we buy into by opting into this human life. It's something that we agreed upon beforehand to buy into this illusion. However, it is an illusion, and when we can raise our consciousness high enough to understand that that is an illusion, we understand that we are all connected at every moment, and although I'm speaking to a camera, I can actually perceive you guys listening to me speak right now. I can tune into those of you who are watching, and I can feel if there's a question that you guys are hung up on that I need to go back for more clarification. I can hear if there's a concern or a direction that I need to go from you guys. You guys are connected to me just like I'm connected to you. We are on the same wavelength here. So if you're a vibrational match under the law of attraction to watching this video, there is something in this video for you to understand and for you to learn a little bit further. Now, I'm being told that I need to talk a little bit more about spiritual gifts, about channeling, about healing. Now, there are a number of you watching this video who are advanced energy healers, which means even if you have not been trained in Reiki or anything related to that in this lifetime so far, which many of you probably are, if you haven't already, many of you, have sort of accessed this ancient knowledge from other lifetimes, from other star systems that sort of lend to your ability to channel energy or heal people. It's something that you really want to be able to pay attention to and develop. It's going to be a natural process of connecting to yourself. Now, this is really important, which I would love for everybody to understand with any sort of psychic abilities or psychic development. The first and foremost thing that you want to do with any psychic progression is tuning into and connecting with yourself. Now, connecting with yourself, feeling your emotions, about 90% of you watching this video are empaths, which means that you are able to feel energy, feel people's emotions very strongly in your emotional body. So if somebody is feeling sad, you'll feel sad. A little more advanced, sometimes if people are ill, you'll feel ill. Depends on your sensitivity levels. And the more you pay attention to your sensitivity levels, to your emotions, to your feelings, you will be able to pick up on energies around you because of what we talked about in the beginning, how we are all one. We are all one collective consciousness, which means we're all connected. So by connecting to yourself, you're connecting to everyone around you as well. So you're attuning to those people. You can perceive those people, not only people, plants, animals, energies, extraterrestrials, angels, no matter what it is, you'll be able to tune into them through tuning into yourself. Your emotions are what you want to pay attention to. The feelings, sensations in your body, these are psychic impressions that you want to pay attention to, specifically for you guys watching this video, because we have a lot of empaths, a lot of clairsentients watching this video. Clairsentients is sort of, I don't want to say advanced empaths, but clairsentients work a lot. They're the physical healers. In addition to getting emotions like empaths will get if they're picking up on psychic information, they will also feel spirit. They will feel like a brush on their face. They'll feel it on their arms. But it's interesting to note that when you feel those sensations on your body, it's not necessarily them touching you. It can be, but what it is that feeling is associated to a message or a frequency that if you feel into it and connect to it, you will receive the download. So it can't, like if they touch your shoulder, it doesn't necessarily have to be like them comforting you. If you tune into it, you may realize that it's reminding you of something that you had thought of a couple days ago that's super relevant for you now. It can be anything at all, anything specific to you and your circumstances or your story. So this collective called Trinity, they're three sisters. Now, they're identified by three different colors. There's a green one, there's a yellow one, and a red one. All of them need to work together in unison to be a balanced voice of truth. They do sometimes step in for different reasons. Now, the best way that I can describe this in a conscious way while I'm speaking to you is the green one, the green entity, the green sister, is sort of like the, I don't know the word to use. If you think of, the best way I can describe this is like, if you think of a grandmother presence who was sort of raising her children and her children's children. So, you know, those, if you ever grew up in a family where you grew up with your grandma in your house as well with you, who sort of took care of everyone and looked after one another and was sort of the voice and like the backbone in a lot of ways, and the preserver. This is sort of the energy of the green sister. She's sort of the spokeswoman in a way. She's the one speaking for the collective. However, it should be noted that she's 1/3 of this group. So each of them are equal parts 1/3. The yellow entity is super light, super loving, super, reminds me a lot of the Pleiadian energies, which are super compassionate, super light, gentle, loving energies, a necessary component to delivering any sort of message for anyone. And then we have the red entity, which represents the energy or vibration or emotion of action and asserting yourself. So if there's a specific message or direction that you want to go in, sometimes this red entity will sort of step forward. However, they work together in unison. So sometimes when I'll start channeling them, yesterday when I started channeling them, they started singing. However, I did some of that beforehand so that I could just really get into the flow of this video. It seems like this video is a lot about progression of spiritual gifts and spiritual abilities. Also tuning into yourself, being able to feel your emotions, feeling your emotional body. We have to develop that awareness of ourselves and what we're feeling, because that is our compass. That's where we want to pay attention to. That's what informs us. We have to understand that our hearts are the seats of our soul. It's the bridge of our soul. It's the bridge between our temporal physical selves and our etheric selves. It all meets right here. So when you connect to your heart, you're feeling your emotions, which is also tapped into the collective consciousness of God, of all of us, of source, whatever you would like to call it. You can connect to your guides, you can connect to the universe, you can connect to God through your heart. That's your link. So if you want, most of you who are getting messages from your spirit guides and your team, your star family, because many of you work in a network of beings who have sort of elected you as the one to be physically incarnated. However, your mission is representative of their mission as well. So it's like you guys are working together here, and they are communicating to you, whether you're aware of it or not, through your thoughts. Now, when they're communicating to you through your thoughts, you might be expecting different voices. Sometimes you may get that. For sure, if you do develop that a lot more, a lot of you clairaudience is clear hearing, you might be physically hearing them. However, it will be, for the most part, in your own voice. It takes some practice to be able to distinguish the voices. Even if they sound your own, they'll feel different. They'll feel different because feeling, you're able to feel frequencies the same way you can hear them or see them, some people. So emphasis on feeling your emotions, connecting with yourself. The process of doing so is also, if you have spent most of your life desensitized from your emotions, it is sort of like a rabbit hole when you start going into feeling your feelings. However, it is a worthwhile rabbit hole to go down because it will allow you to access new states of freedom and bliss and happiness and joy that you haven't quite yet been able to access. And a lot of you are looking for what is missing out of your life, that missing element. That missing element comes from looking within and feeling within and talking to these parts of yourself. Understand that every part of you has its own individual consciousness. So if you don't know how to connect your heart, think of your heart as a separate entity, and you can actually communicate with your heart, and your heart will give you answers. It's really fascinating. You can do it with any part of your body. If you can do it with your knee. If you're having knee pains that day, you can actually talk to your knee. We have to understand that all of us, we are manifestations of Source in many, many, many different physical forms. Just the same way that every single cell in our body is a physical manifestation of Source with consciousness, your knee has consciousness, your heart has consciousness. Wherever you're feeling in your body that hurts has consciousness that you can talk to and understand what its needs are. It's important to talk to the parts of you that are hurting, whether it's emotionally or physically, because it's all rooted in emotion that needs to be resolved, or a story from your past that you need to create resolution with or look at to become a more full person, to rescue those fractured aspects of yourself and become whole again. These are the missing elements, literally the missing pieces. They're fractured versions of you that you need to go back and rescue and integrate with the wholeness of your being in order to be the version of you that you know you have the potential to become. Okay, so we're going to do a heart chakra activation. This is going to be from the Trinity Collective. So as I do this, take some of the advice that I just gave some of you and connect to your heart. Just bring your awareness and your attention to your heart space. Communicate the message that you're open and willing to receive this transmission. Feel it in entirety, and allow its frequencies to take its form. For those of you who haven't heard light language before, it sounds a bit like speaking in tongues. Just understand that they are frequencies that you don't need to understand cerebrally, but you can feel through your heart. Your heart understands this language. So by tuning into your heart, you will be able to understand, perceive, and feel and receive fully this frequency, this energy. Ana saint I kiam fata ana shini na home. Mana alanana asana akini sete idio fonosho oshana nasana aki se isi ni nama anamana asata nakine ere iri isoto no umafuto ikuel lana asati inine arasara shishini afokum otasana ifi ufum uno atakshiri ifate iamana anasa Asashi kyo na arata rimoko na atasidi fate yomomo na anasakate inyo ngo oto oshote inya fana anara ara exite inya mana ara fatiri kyo mo ora sata ane iri sate ni anomohom okoro uti yoshana ka akana kaka na aha akaka na aka oma amana na atatata atatata atashishi na ti ana no Niak fole le ofona iyo na shi diatasana iyo yana iyo moko uyul ulafata ashiomoko na anasate iya yana ayaya naha ayamoho omoto mor anakshium rum asutu utokium or anaha sipsi ior ananakum fit sa na ocean ukuti asat anasi shioma ukana hakana asana shiafo na nahasane ia fata na kum ya kumahana o kumyana asana. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this light language transmission. I'm just catching myself here. I'm just getting back in my body and feeling my feelings. Feels good to feel. That's the resounding message for today. Remember to feel and don't be afraid to feel because feeling is your liberation. Love you all. Peace and love.